Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be talking about budgeting for your engagement ring, or in other words, how much you want to spend on your engagement ring. And this is the question that you start in with your journey overall. And we're going to be talking about all of the technical details about the metals, the gemstones, and things like that. But the main thing is that the value doesn't always equal the price itself. The value is much more important than the price of the ring, and we're going to talk about it at the end. But before we're going to go even into that and the technical details, first of all, let's talk about the financial topic, understanding your financial situation. What you want to do, instead of just guesstimating how much you want to spend, you want to take a look at your financial situation. And I'm not a fan that you should spend as much as you possibly can and everything, although I make the custom engagement ring and I might naturally want you to spend as much as possible. In reality, it's not that. I want you to be happy with your purchase, and you're not going to be happy with your purchase if you overspend it. Here's the thing. When you buy the engagement ring, you're naturally stepping into the different role. So you want to sit down and carefully think, how much are you making right now? How much are you possibly going to make in the future? What kind of expenses coming for you with all of that? And you want to figure out how much comfortably you're willing to spend on the engagement ring and what can be included in this price. But you might say, give me the price, give me the number, specific number that I want to spend. Well, in general, on average here in the United States, the average engagement ring costs about $5,000 or so. It does not mean that you want to spend this exact number. Throw away this rule that you have to spend 2 salaries or 3 salaries on the engagement ring. But in a few words, I want to give you the range. $5,000 pretty much going to give you everything. Of course, if you're going to have the side stones, if you're going to go for a bigger center stone, yes, the budget going to go higher to $6,000-7,000 or so. If you're willing to spend around $3,000, you can do that and you're going to get a very nice engagement ring. Most likely it's going to be some sort of gemstone. If you're looking at the $1,000, it doesn't mean that you have to just buy whatever is available out there for $1,000. You can still go with a custom piece, although you have to be very aware that it's going to be a very limited room for pretty much everything. You're going to go with the lapstone. You will have to go with this somewhat simple design and things like that. So now when we talked about the things in general, let's be more specific. Let's break down the cost of the engagement ring. And if you can visualize the engagement ring right over here, we can easily break it down into the 3 portions. Of course, we're going to have the setting, and when you think about the setting, it's usually pretty set price. Like it's starting somewhere from around $800 for the simple settings, and I'm not talking about the thin settings. Let's not repeat the mistakes that many people did back in like 2010 when they were trendy. I'm talking over here about the gold settings. If you want to go with the platinum, double the price pretty much right away. Platinum, it's much harder metal to work with. 98% of the setting is actually made from the platinum. It's actually platinum setting. If we're talking about the gold, 14 karat gold, let's say, that means that 14 parts out of 24 is made out of gold. The rest is copper, silver, and other metals. And because of that, the platinum is significantly more expensive. Now let's jump into the center stone. The price is going to vary dramatically over here, but you can put them into categories. If you're going for the diamond, you stay in around $6,000 range for the carat stone. And the same time, if you chose to went that route, you want to educate yourself on the topic and you want to see how you can save. 2 very obvious and common things is that you can go slightly lower on the size. The other thing, you should not afraid of the inclusions, because very simply, you're gonna put the stone on the finger and you start living your life. You're going to lose the lotions or things like that. Will you see the inclusion after that? Definitely not. Will you save money on the ring? Yes, you will. And if you have lower budget of $3,000 somewhere there, you have plenty of choices too. You can go with the sapphire, you can go with other gemstones, we can go with the lapstones and things like that. If you have even lower budget, there is a plenty of lapstones available out there. So I just want you to be aware that you have plenty of choices. What I would recommend to choose the color first and then go from there and see what is the options available out there for you, and then dive even deeper and take a look how you can save money through that options. And the third thing, of course, it's the labor. And in the case of the custom engagement ring, you're in control here as well. And how you can control it, for example, pretty easily actually. If you decided to go with the side stones, of course, right away, the jeweler is gonna tell you like, look, in order to put the side stone, that's how much it's going to cost to put each stone over there. Think about it, whether you want it or not. And the next thing, before I'm going to talk about the value of the engagement ring, I want to talk about the financial options that is out there. Of course, I would not recommend you to go with credit lines of 72 months or something like that. But at the same time, you do not necessarily want to pay the cash right away for the engagement ring itself, because it's a pretty significant purchase. But I would recommend not to go further than a year or 2 years, because again, you're gonna have plenty of expenses ahead of you, and you want to plan accordingly. And now let's go into my favorite part. Let's go into the question of the value of the engagement ring. I want to show you the difference on price and the value of the engagement ring on real life examples. And both of this engagement ring cost $4,000. Let's just talk about both of them. The first one. In first case, the couple just sat down and thought what is related to them, how they can make the engagement ring that is special for them. They like going outside, they like hiking, they like national parks and things like that. There is a certain tree that is very special for them. So we just started with this simple idea. Naturally, the ring went into the line of nature-inspired engagement rings with leaves and branches and things like that. While we start working on this, we got this idea, why won't we put the amount of leaves that is equal to the amount of years that they've been dating? Great idea, right? Let's put it together. Instead of leaves just being out there, let's make sure that these leaves support the center stone. Which center stone? The sapphire. Why? Because it's a birthstone of his fiance. Why choose this specific color? Because this color is almost the same as her eyes. You can see that this ring just became very, very special. What else? We added the engraving on the back of the setting itself. The other engagement ring, you have $4,000. You start Googling things, you got bombarded with a tons of advertising about 4Cs, learn this and this. You went there, you chose the best option that is available out there based on this requirement. So you basically went into the sales tunnel and you bought what was advertised and pitched. Not a bad option. I'm not saying that's the bad option, but I want you to think about both of these rings and answer a very simple question. Which one is more valuable ring in general? I think the sapphire one is more valuable in general. And also, which one is more valuable for the couple? Well, in this case, it's very obviously this ring is much more valuable for the couple because it has so many special things about this specific relationship. It's very special as this relationship itself. And you want to be aware of that. And you want to be aware that even if you are on a limited budget, you can bring the value so high that there's going to be a very special ring for you until the end of the days. And this ring going to be passed from one generation to another. There's going to be a very special piece that's going to tell your story. What I want you to get from this video, I want you to get the idea, I want you to save the idea that the value doesn't equal the price. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was very helpful. Please subscribe to the channel and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.